We were enamored with the idea of trying to create a fictional universe. In the past, we weren't able to get the look that we wanted. I really had to fight the darkness.
With the iPhone 12 Pro, we're able to shoot so much better in low light.
We're very excited to shoot dark universe, but we had to contend with how do you film darkness? What are the parts that build up this fictional universe?
What would set it off?
How do we show energy itself? And we thought about plasma tubes.
And so that's where you get these jumping electrical arcs. So when we shoot those in slow-mo, it suddenly could look like lightning, or shoot it at 4K, it can look like neurons firing.
We used the blue, green, and red lasers in different combinations.
What looks like different currents, icy liquid, kind of ripples.
This contraption that we've nicknamed Cloud Tank, it's water, some paint, and balloon.
And capturing that at a higher frame rate can give the impression of clouds, or could this be the formation of our universe?
3, 2, 1. Clear glass plane with some water, some bits of ink, and some hydrogen peroxide. And we simulate sort of a galaxy that is blooming and spreading throughout this vast blackness.
Not just the blacks, but what's right there next to the blacks that adds some dimension to it. It just kind of opened up the doors for exploring a lot of different things.
Using a simple object, I can obscure a light to create an eclipse.
Blast air through a tube, hits the cornstarch flies past the torch, that ignites it.
It's meant to suggest like infusing energy into matter.
We came up with this idea of using a piston to basically push the rocks up. Then we could explore like, how do we move the camera?
We decided that the best way to do that was a free fall. Luckily, the iPhone stabilizes the lens very carefully. We ourselves or the audience is hurled through. No damage, so no worries.
After all of this chaotic, otherworldly stuff, we really wanted to be able to kind of calm down and like come to almost like a resting state on one of our finished creations, one of these planets where like basically it's first dawn. It's the first time you get to see the sun come up. In our universe, the land seems to move around.
Like different organisms or an earthquake or sort of undulating surface. I use magnets to make the iron filings spike up.
It kind of becomes its own living thing.
So we're vibrating tiny amounts of glitter. What really helps us is the new longer telephoto lens to get closer and make the sparkle moments a lot bigger.
It really could be anything. What comes next? We were thinking, what sort of fluids are there?
With ferrofluid reacting to magnetism, it takes shape to become spiky, very aggressive looking.
Maybe the water itself is its own organism.
It consumes, that it hunts, and that it wraps and surrounds things. Kind of like Loch Ness Monster in the dark universe. We have arrangements of this magnetic putty, and we place a very, very strong magnet overhead.
We can see solid matter, but it's behaving in a strange way.
Against gravity and stretches out itself. We used non-Newtonian fluid.
When force is applied, it hardens up. The speaker basically is just a lot of movement and force rapidly.
It almost looks like an organism fighting back. Mica powder was one of my favorite experiments of the film. I've actually tried it once before, and I wasn't quite able to get the tones I was looking for. And because of the ability to capture high dynamic range on the new iPhone, I was able to capture all the tones, all the way from peaking beautiful sparkles down to very deep dark tones. We're using glow-in-the-dark luminescent fluid, shooting microbes or microbial organisms. Without any external light, we had enough in the scene. I wanted to shoot darkness as a feature in this film, darkness to be its own element that exists that you can touch. These are the moments that we take the audience into really, really unfamiliar territory. Now that we're finally done shooting, I'm so excited to show you guys what we've shot. I'm really proud of it.